Everybody, we're going to talk about Kegels versus Jade Egg practices and how to help your pelvic floor become stronger. I'm Libido expert Dr. Diane, and it's very interesting when I talk to others in the field. There's actually this huge Kegel Jade Egg kind of war. So I want to make sure you know what both of these things are, and we're talking about how to strengthen the pelvic floor. Strengthening the pelvic floor will help with better orgasms, more feeling during sex, but also with pelvic pain, with urinary incontinence, with fecal incontinence, and so much more. So Kegels, a lot of people know what Kegels are. Kegels are essentially exercises where oftentimes they're taught not very adequately, where you're taught just to kind of squeeze your muscles like you are stopping urine. The reason that it's not totally adequate is there's quite a few muscles that make up the pelvic floor, and that's not going to engage them all, right? So it's not fully engaged. Now, what's Kegel people that are really into Kegels, and the argument for doing Kegels is that when you're doing Kegels correctly, the idea is that you want to squeeze and contract as well as relax. And when we're thinking about going to a gym, working out other muscles, our biceps, our triceps, for example, we're going to contract, we're going to relax, we're going to rest. That is helping the muscle repair. So that's what Kegel people will say when I talk to Kegel people, right? Jade Egg people, and I definitely have more schooling, truthfully, in Jade Egg. Jade Egg practices are seen in a lot of ancient medical texts in Oriental medicine, and one of my doctorates is in Oriental medicine. So why I've seen more in some of the texts in the literature about the Jade Egg over a longer period of time. But essentially what a Jade Egg practice is you actually get a Jade Egg. The Jade Eggs that you want will actually have holes in them. And so the holes, you can use a piece of dental floss to tie from the holes. You want to make sure you get the holes that are going all the way through, and use dental floss or string or something like that, because the idea is you actually insert the Jade Egg intravaginally, and you want the string to hang out like a tampon string so you can easily get it out. Obviously, it's not going to go through your cervix, right? So there's only so much, it's going to go where it's going to go. But for women who haven't used these, sometimes it can be scary if you don't have a string, and you can't, you could have a hard time, especially if you don't have a lot of strength in your pelvic floor muscles to actually squeeze the Jade Egg out. So you want to really get one with a string. Now, what Jade Egg, the argument for Jade Egg is that the body and the muscles more easily can contract around something when they can feel it versus just contracting into air. So the Jade Egg argument is you're not going to go to the gym and do bicep curls without a weight. You're not just going to flex your arm, right? So with a Jade Egg, the other thing you can do with the dental floss is you can hang basically weights, crystals, other things from it to act like weights, because that's what you're going to do in a gym is you're going to put a weight in your hand and you're going to flex. A lot of the Jade Egg practices out there are oftentimes focusing so much on that contraction and the strengthening. And so kind of the argument between Jade Egg and Kegel oftentimes that I hear is, people that are really in the Kegel movement are well, if you're over contracting all the time with the Jade Egg, then you're not doing relaxing, and muscles need to relax. And the Jade Egg argument is, well, if you are just doing Kegels, it's like going to a gym and not holding a weight, right? So in order to strengthen them, you really want to hold something. So I feel like the one camp really focuses on the importance of relaxing the muscles, and the other camp really focuses on strengthening and weight training for the pelvic floor muscles. So essentially what I recommend for people is that I'm kind of a both and girl in a lot of scenarios, not in every scenario, but a lot of arguments I find in health, in wellness in general are it's oftentimes I hear arguments. I'm well, both of these things are true in various situations. So it's it depends. And so for most people, if you're really truly doing pelvic floor exercises to a way that's super individualized to you, you would go to a pelvic floor therapist that's going to help to evaluate your pelvic floor muscles and let you know, are they weak? Do you need to focus more on the strengthening? Are they too tight? Do you need to focus more on the relaxing? And then build a formula and a prescription around that. Now, if you're not going to do that, then we want to look at this just like you would if you were to start a workout routine without a trainer, right? It's always good to have a trainer. It's always good to have a pelvic floor therapist who can guide you more uniquely for your body. But the very minimum, focus on both things. Like, use something like a Jade Egg and use it in a way where you are strengthening the muscles, right? But then also make sure you are focused on the relaxing. So also make sure that you are very focused on the relaxing. And if you don't know where to find these muscles, and you're like, how do I make my pelvic floor muscles relaxed? Go back and listen to my last episode that I have very frequently about how to find your pelvic floor muscles. Do some of those exercises, because the point of those exercises are really to help you find the muscles. So when we do exercises like Jade Egg and we're like, okay, we're going to tighten our muscles around the Jade Egg and then relax our muscles, that you can actually find those muscles. Your brain is like, oh, I know how to tighten these muscles because I have that neurological connection, which is allowing that to happen. So please do post your questions in the comments on this. These are very, very important exercises for health, for longevity, for posture, for pain, for sexuality, for libido, for orgasms, for so many more things. So I hope this is helpful. Please do post your questions because I want you guys doing these right. Please subscribe to this channel. I'll see you on another video.